Thanks, Kevin. Well, on the line live from Alberta is Robert Melnichuk, Director of Western Canada for Yes TV and Crossroads Christian Communications. Thanks for joining us today, Robert.
Well, Maggie, great to be with you.
Now, you've been working out of our Western Canada offices for a while. Why is it important that we have a hub out west?
Well, Maggie, Huntley Street, no doubt, today is global because of the internet. But we also believe in being a significant influence for the gospel from coast to coast across our own nation of Canada. So in our Western Canadian provinces, with Huntley Street seen daily on Global, plus, seen multiple times on Yes TV out of both Calgary and Edmonton, Maggie, our partner support base has grown significantly. And the opportunities to tell about our media ministry have increased dramatically. So, Maggie, it makes good sense for both Cindy and I, and Cindy being my wife, to work out of our Calgary office and studio. I search for great stories and conduct interviews representing our Western audience. And Cindy serves so many of our faithful Western partners, as well as, encouraging new partnerships by simply telling all the good Huntley Street is doing and getting, the gospel out on all of our multiple platforms of media.
Now, you mentioned you've been getting some great God stories out there. Tell us about some of them and how God is moving.
Well, Maggie, let me say this. God is moving. We get invited to speak in churches all across Western Canada, and my message is all about the joy of telling your Jesus story. And when we interview people, it's amazing, to watch people come alive as they tell their story. We've had the chance to sit down and talk with a former mob captain who gave his life to Jesus in prison and, lives today to tell the story. I sat down with Michael W. Smith and listened to him tell the story of how he met Jesus. And, Maggie, there's an interview I'll be doing shortly about a young man from Western Canada whose story is nothing other than a miracle. I mean, I can't describe it any other way except he lived a life of abuse, violence, drugs, weapons, federal prison, and died multiple times and then met Jesus. And recently I interviewed Sean McDowell in our Calgary studio, and to see the reach, the impact of our media ministry, Cindy took Sean's son next door to our coffee shop for a treat. And obviously they know Cindy. They knew she didn't have a young child. So the gentleman taking her order asked who the young boy was. And Cindy said it was Sean McDowell's son. And he said, I know him. I've seen his dad on your show. I've got all their books. And then he said, I once was a Christian, but have turned away.
Wow.
And he asked, is there any way I could take 2 minutes and talk to Mr. McDowell? So, he came over to the office, met with Sean and Maggie. We are on the road to seeing this man return to Jesus. So, yes, God is moving out west.
That's awesome. That's what we're all about here, Robert, right? Well, we literally have seconds left, and you know what TV time means.
Yeah.
How are we seeing our partners out there respond to Huntley Street and supporting Huntley Street and what we do every day?
Well, I can't tell you how many people we've talked to that have given their lives to Jesus because of 100 Huntley Street. And I've had all kinds of people tell me, Cindy has had all kinds of people tell her out west that people love, appreciate, and believe in 100 Huntley Street. You know something? We get to tell the stories, Maggie, and one day heaven will show us the results.
I can't wait for that day. Thank you so much, Robert.
Thanks, Maggie. God bless.
And again, the number's at the bottom of your screen, 1-800-265-3100. What Robert said is exactly right. You might be a Christian right now, but think about what you're investing in and the reward that you will see in heaven when we get to all gather and we hear the stories of how people have come to know the Lord, some through this very television show and through the seed that you have planted here at Crossroads. Again, crossroads.ca/come alive is a great way to give securely online.